Good morning. Good morning. It is day 24 on our 30-day channel. I am Nurse Peju and thank you for joining me on our new day, new opportunity journaling. And today is our 24th day. So thank you everyone for joining me. And as always, I'm glad to be here this morning. And what are we doing? We're using journaling as a means to help improve our clarity, healing, and creativity. And I hope for those of you that have been following me, you are using this method to find more inner peace. So I really hope this has been beneficial to you as it has been to me. As you can see, I am, I am very grateful for this opportunity because it has also helped deepen my own relationship with self. But as always, I am going to go ahead and read our word of inspiration for today. And if you're wondering where I'm getting all this code from, remember it is our New Day, New Opportunity Journal, which is also available for you on Amazon. Okay? All right. So with that being said, I'm going to read the word and then we will go ahead and reflect. So for our word of inspiration today, it says, you have the power to choose between better or bitter. The outcome is yours to embrace, no matter which path you take. All right, I'm going to read this again. You have the power to choose between better or bitter. The outcome is yours to embrace, no matter which path you choose. So, very similar to what we discussed yesterday. Yesterday was either results or reasons. And today is more about the emotions itself, which is, are you going to learn or are you going to become bitter? Because we always going to have experiences that are unpleasant. In addition to that, we're also going to have very positive experiences. Now, every experience is unique in itself, but the question is, how do we respond? How do we react, right? So the goal ultimately is to make sure that no matter the experience, we use it as an opportunity to get better versus an opportunity to get bitter. And because it's really important we focus on getting better rather than getting bitter, because bitterness will only deprive you of more. And this is another reason why we are doing this journaling, so that we can actually get to that healing, or at least promote the healing process of our lives, and also create the clarity and get some creativity as we go on this journey of deepening awareness with ourselves. And if you're not aware, May is the month of mental health awareness, and this is also something we're doing to help promote our mental wellness and mental well-being. All right, now that we've talked over that, I am going to go ahead and keep quiet so we can get some time to actually reflect and do the journaling. I hope you have your pen, your notebook, but more importantly, your opener. And let's get started. All right, our 5 minutes is up. So I'm just going to reflect briefly on what I wrote today on bitterness versus better, being better. So one thing I do realize that we do have a choice on what we want to focus on. However, there's this tendency to want to focus on who did us wrong, when they did us wrong, and it's okay to talk about it and go over the issue. However, if we're not careful and we keep focusing on what didn't work or how did it not work, where there is a big tendency of actually neglecting what is working. So if I have, for example, if I have 10 minutes every day, right? And out of those 10 minutes, I use, roughly 7 minutes to focus or reminisce on what didn't work, how it did not work, or how I was done wrong. That means I only have 3 minutes left for things that actually do work. Meaning, so if I keep focusing on the things that did not work more and more and more, you can see how that is impacting the things that actually work. And the things that actually work, they start to get neglected. And anything that we don't focus on, or we're not building, or we're not contributing into, and you can see how that would get impacted and eventually will also not work. So I think what I'm trying to say is there is a very, very fine line between the bitterness and getting better on betterness. I know you understand what I'm saying. I hope you find this useful today, because this is just a friendly reminder of, especially for me, to focus on what actually works, which is, I woke up today, I'm alive and well, that is working. Now, yesterday is gone, today is a new day, and on this channel, new day, new opportunity. I hope you remember that. And as always, the true win is the fact that you showed up today because you have chosen to put yourself first. And as we continue on putting the act of pen to paper, I pray and hope you find what it is that you truly need to find to be that authentic self of yours. And another thing we always say is slow and steady wins the race. So no matter how slow the progress, remember it is still progress. So thank you again for joining me this morning. And as always, I hope to see you same time tomorrow. It's your favorite nurse, Nurse Peju. Thank you.